guys, it's Jason and thanks for tuning in. This is the first video from the second series of 1 Minute Manager training programs. And I wanted to check in just to see how things are going because we did the training a little while ago now, and I thought it would be handy to do a little bit of a refresher, and particularly around the concept of situational management, which is really what this is all about. So situational management, what did we say? Different strokes for different folks. We treat people differently depending on what they need from us and also potentially the environment we're in. Now, the best scenario to probably relate this to is that of customer service, because let's face it, in a customer service situation, we know that we need to treat different people differently depending on their needs. So if it's an old lady who comes into the establishment, we're going to treat her differently, maybe with more tender kid gloves or whatever, than we are to potentially a group of young guys coming in. We're going to change our language, we're going to change our approach, we're going to have different filters that we apply, and really it's almost like an act, isn't it? We're putting on a different persona in order to engage these people and making sure that we can connect with them in a way to not only serve them well, but maybe also to have some control in the situation. And it's exactly the same with our staff. Now, in fact, we should treat our staff even better than we treat our customers. A lot of people don't treat them as well. We should treat them better, because the better we treat our staff, the better they treat our customers. It's really a one-to-one relationship all the way through. Herb Kelleher from Southwest Airlines had a great expression. He said, we always aim to exceed our staff's expectations. Right? Not our customers, they do that as well, but we always aim to exceed our staff's expectations. So we need to be focused on our staff in a way that builds them up, that makes them feel good and feel special, so that can flow on through to the rest of the business. How does that relate to situational management? Well, really simply, we need to read our staff, see where they're coming from, and apply the appropriate style of leadership to meet that situation. You've probably heard me say it before, but I'm going to say it again. The most important part of our jobs as managers is not so much directing activity, but it's developing people. And it really does take a different mindset to just getting someone to do a job like they're a cog in a machine, to actually bringing out the best of someone so they almost start to run the machine by themselves. All right? We always find ourselves saying, or I hear managers saying, I wish my staff showed more initiative, I wish they could just stop asking me dumb questions. But what they keep doing is treating them like a piece of machinery and saying, do this, do that, that wasn't good enough. Of course they're going to be a piece of machinery. They're just reacting to your command. We want people to actually exhibit these qualities, and if we do want that, then we have to make sure we develop those qualities, all right? So it's a challenge, but that's what we want to look at. So our challenge is to take someone from undeveloped, from new, from raw, to fully developed. All right, and that's the mission, and whatever time frame we get with those people is the amount we can succeed. All right, so if they're there for a month or two, we do that piece of work. If they're there for a year or two, we might do that. If they're there for 5 years, we might get the whole job done. All right, and it's real satisfaction for us in knowing that we've helped someone to move forward in their career. So how's the best way to look at this? Well, the way I liken it is basically to bringing up a child. Now, we all know that bringing up a child is hard work. Well, some of us know more than others, but it's true. It can be very, very difficult because it really challenges you. It makes you have to be a lot more selfless and think about other people far more than maybe just yourself all the time. And if you don't, you find yourself in chaos. So with developing people, let's look at developing a child. When a child starts off as a toddler, they need very close supervision. You need to be there in case they hurt themselves, hurt someone else, or things go horribly wrong. They don't have enough information to be able to make the sort of decisions that need to be made as a toddler. Run out in the middle of the road, for example. So we have to be very clear, very precise. We've got to say the same thing often a lot of times until they get it. Okay, so to that degree, our staff members, they come in, they're kind of green, they don't know what they're doing. We have to be very clear, very down the line. Don't treat them like a toddler, but just be very straightforward. The next stage of development is when we have a young child. So now we have a child who's learned a bit about the world, who understands a few things, but doesn't really still necessarily make the best decisions, all right? So what our job there now is to really explain and to give them that underpinning knowledge so they can start to think about decisions and work with us a little bit more and start to heed our advice. So we're going to explain a bit more about how things work and give them the guidance that they need. The next stage in the evolution is when the child becomes a teenager. And again, each of these stages is a challenging stage. It requires different skills from us, just like a leader. So when the child is a teenager, what do we have to look at now? Well, a teenager really needs a lot of encouragement. They need the support that to know that you're there for them, that you can help them out. They will always come back to you, always talk to you, but really the encouragement that, you know, you've got it in you, you can be great, you know, try it again, whatever. Making people feel good, treating them like a friend more than just a child, someone beholden to you. All right, so once we are able to do that, fingers crossed, they turn into a responsible adult. And a responsible adult, of course, is basically someone who you can talk to one-on-one, just as another individual. Someone who is fully self-directed, who doesn't need anyone to tell them what to do, will listen, will give their thoughts and feedback. And, you know, as a parent, I imagine it's a wonderful stage to be at, where you can talk one-on-one with your child. That's our job as a leader, to try and bring people through, as I say, no matter how small the time frame we have with them, to bring them up to the next stage. And the beautiful thing about that is, as we do that to them, we also do it to ourselves. We also are taking ourselves up to the next level. And we can apply that in all parts of our life, not just within our work. So it's a very basic concept, situational leadership. Again, liken it to the way we serve customers, but in this case, I'm likening it to the way we bring up a person or a human being in a family. You know, apply that to how you look at, the kind of filter you look through as you look at the people in your workplace, because that will enable you to make decisions that will bring out the best in people, that will give them what they need. And they won't know exactly what you're doing that's so good, but they will just feel that they're being looked after in the right way. And that will make them very loyal and make them far more productive. So why not do it, all right? Apply the filter, put the glasses on, see your staff through those eyes, and start making decisions around that. Okay, hope you got a few ideas, just to refresh your mind a little bit on the topic. We'll see you in a week's time with the next video. Bye for now.